From the newsroom of Presque Isle newspapers at the corner of 3rd and Erie in Rogers City, this is Peter Jakey with a preview of the headlines from this week's edition of the Presque Isle County Advance. On the front page, despite a struggling economy, Rogers City continues to work on moving forward. Facade projects have improved the looks of 2 downtown businesses, while a second round of facade projects has now begun on 3 others. In addition to the facade projects, other updates include a new water main on Erie Street, a paved parking lot at the Senior Center with new street lights and wayfinding signage to come. Most of the projects have been part of the Vibrant Small Cities Initiative grant the city received from the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. The next step is an economic study, which will be conducted by Land Use USA. A meeting planned for Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the Rogers City Area Senior and Community Center is the first public meeting to kick off the city's Economic Growth Opportunity Project. The biggest little celebration in northern Michigan will get underway this weekend when Posen hosts its 58th annual Posen Potato Festival. Upwards of 20,000 to 30,000 people will jam into a town of nearly 300 for 3 days of eating, polka dancing, listening to country and western music, just plain partying among many other events. The festivities kick off Friday night with a polka dance, the opening of Schmidt Amusement Rides Midway, and a football game. Among the highlights Saturday will be a flea market, potato dish and display judging contest, kiddie parade, polka dancing and free admission from noon to 6 p.m., dinners by the VFW and the Presque Isle County Council on Aging, motocross racing, polka dancing from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m., and country and western dancing from 8 p.m. to midnight. Sunday's activities start with breakfast at the VFW, the Polish folk mass at St. Casimir Catholic Church, the potato pancake smorgasbord, free admission polka dance from noon to 9 p.m., the grand parade at 1:30, bump and run starting at 3, and a tribute to the armed services personnel at 4:30 in the Green Pavilion. Julia Lewandowski will reign over the Grand Parade as Posen's Potato Festival Queen, while John and Mary Kroll will be Parade Grand Marshals. Also on the front page is an update on the Wolverine Power Project, covering topics on several fronts. The company awaits word on its air permit from the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality and is active pursuing permits for a landfill and an expansion to the Calcite Harbor. The DEQ will conduct a public hearing September 17th in Rogers City on Wolverine's request to tighten the standards for air emissions measuring standards. Ken Bradstreet, spokesman for Wolverine, explained that although they are not required to make this change in measurement standards, Wolverine has chosen a proactive position, anticipating rules which may come to be in the near future. In sports, the Rogers City Huron football team back in action, taking on undefeated Alcona this Friday at 7 on the home turf. The Hurons were off last week. Also, Posen hosts its first ever 8-man football game as Brimley comes to town for a Friday contest. We have results and photos from the Huron cross-country teams in this week's edition. Presque Isle County Advance is on area newsstands this afternoon with all these stories and much more. For subscription information, call the Advance at 734-2105. Check us out online at piadvance.com. This is Peter Jakey, Managing Editor of Presque Isle Newspapers in Rogers City.